All right, let's go ahead and get things started, guys. Gonna go ahead and start recording in 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. You know why I'm here. Thank you for checking out another one of my weekly Forex analysis. It is your boy ABK, and let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's go over first with some fundamental analysis. Gonna make sure that we know the times where we can expect high volatility in the market. So Sunday, Monday, no news events. Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. we do have GBP news, and it's just the governor speech, or they're going to be speaking. Don't know about what exactly, but that's going to be going on. So you want to watch that at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, at 4 a.m. Central Standard Time, there is GBP news. Same thing. Bailey will be speaking, so gonna watch for that. 7:30 a.m. US dollar. We do have CPI and core CPI news, so you want to watch for any possible like midweek reversals on the US dollar or anything like that at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thursday, we have CHF Euro holidays. So all day expect a holiday from the Euro and CHF. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, there will be Canadian dollar news. Governor map. I don't know how Mike does that. Okay, 1, 2, there you go. And then Friday, there will be core retail sales or retail sales for the US dollar at 7:30 a.m. So gonna be watching for these news events throughout the week. Other than that, though, I'm not really going to be concerned about anything else. Now let's go over to the charts. I'm going to go ahead and put this on full screen. Hey, how's it going? Thank you guys for checking out my analysis. I appreciate y'all. All right, so first and foremost, US dollar. Let's go ahead and go on the daily time frame just to see. So first of all, I was still feeling bullish about the DXY, but I was having my doubts if it was actually going to go bullish, and then it ended up dropping even lower from this buy box, right? So it is seeming like the DXY does want to continue falling, but I'm going to go ahead, like I mentioned, and take off everything that's on this screen and see what's going to go on. So remove drawings. And let's go ahead and go on to the weekly time frame, and let's go ahead and check out everything. Gonna take off this floating mini controls. All right, so weekly time frame, another bearish engulfing candle to the downside. I really do not think that the DXY is going to continue going bullish, but there is still a hope that this can definitely turn around. Not really crazy over it though, to be quite honest with you, because again, it's just after like I was saying the previous weeks, this was an evening star right here, so this is where first I started indicating that okay, this looks like the price is going to start turning around. And then you have 3 black crows with bearish candles, and then another engulfing candle right here. This is just showing more signs that price is going to keep falling down. But it might not be that way, because I mean, I'm not gonna just get into the trade because it's at a possible fib zone, because first and foremost, this is the fib that I'm referring to, from this low down here to this high. I know, Peyton, I know you don't like seeing that crap. It is what it is, because already, as we can see, from this low right here to this high, price has already made this retracement to down here, and then it made a higher high. So this move was already completed. But now with this move right here that I'm potentially seeing, although I know that is not that crazy to look at, we could still see that. First of all, let me change this real quick. And actually, hold on, give me a second. I just realized that I am playing my playback, because I need to there we go, so that you guys can be able to see the cursor. There we go. All right, so as I was saying, from this absolute low of 89.206 to 93.427, price is still in this possible range of going bullish. But again, this can definitely not be. It could possibly be. Let me go into the monthly time frame first. Let me go into the monthly time frame and showing why this can be possible to be something that's playing out, but it doesn't look that great because we had 3 months, 1, 2, 3 of price going bullish, and then it's now retracing. This could be the start of, again, this price still pushing to the upside, but just trying to depend on it because it's at a fib level is a big no-no, because I've gotten into big trouble with trades in the past of just doing that. So what I'm going to be doing right now, I'm still going to be looking at this whole zone for a possible, like, oh, the DXY might be possibly turning around. I just don't want to get into anything until I get, like, oh, the 4-hour time frame is starting to show some type of reversals or anything like that, you know. So right now I'm just going to be patient with the DXY as I was last week. I'm not going to try to get into any buys or on the DXY quite yet, but I am still bullish on it, and I know that it's very bearish candlesticks on the daily, on the weekly, and so far on the monthly. Well, hold on, let me see monthly before I say anything. Yeah, so far on the monthly, it's showing that it's bearish as well, but I'm gonna wait a little bit, you know. Once I start seeing, like, let's say for instance on the 1-hour time frame, let's just say hypothetically speaking, price is gonna stop right here, right? If I can get something like price pushing to the upside, retracing, and then continuing to the upside, then yes, I will start to look for buys on the US dollar. But as of right now, with prices dropping this way, I am not gonna try to get into anything. Well, again, I would want to see on the lower time frame some type of reversal patterns to tell me that, okay, price might be turning around. So that's for the DXY. Let's go on over to arbitrage real quick, see what my indicator is telling me. Remove all drawings, daily time frame. So from when the daily time frame I called this sell, price kept pushing down. I personally would not have gone into this. I would have needed price to come back up to the RSI line before dropping. So that's just me personally. Weekly time frame, still very bearish. It's never called for the buy ever since it's called this sell back in June of last year. So again, right now what I'm really waiting for is more of a 1-hour time frame to give me confirmation to tell me that price will continue buying. So until then, again guys, I'm just gonna be patient, not gonna try to trade the DXY or any DXY related pairs as of yet, because again, I am still personally somewhat bullish on it, but I am not trying to get in like at just because of a fib zone, you know. Like I said, this could just be a whole bunch of baloney and price could keep falling. So want to wait for some reversals or anything that's showing me any type of potential reversals, right? So EURUSD, kind of the opposite, right? I had mentioned that if I see price starting to break out of this trend line right here, that I would start to say that, okay, I don't think that this is going to be bearish quite yet, and that's what price is proving to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete everything, remove drawings, get rid of this volume real quick. I'll come back to it. Monthly time frame, like I mentioned, with the DXY, price could, like, just looking at the monthly time frame, is not looking too great for EURUSD to turn around to make any type of retracement back to the downside before it potentially can continue going to the upside, right? But what I would kind of want to see here is, I mean, I don't want to, like I said with EURUSD, it's not the greatest look, but price could still literally hold in between this zone and then keep dropping. It is a huge swing, and I don't personally want to get into any type of swings right now, because again, this would be just like, oh, you're just taking it from this high to this low, when this had already played out. When this from this high to this low, price had retraced, came to this fibs, and then came all the way down to your extension. This had already played out, so it's kind of like, what is this really going to do? But like I said, this can be the play potentially, but it's just, you want to wait for lower time frame confirmations, because as of right now, this is just like catching a falling knife basically, but like you're trying to catch a rocket when it's trying to lose fuel or something like that, you know? You want to wait. You just want to wait first. Like, well, I want to wait personally. If you want, you can try to go ahead and get in, but it's just risky, you know? It's not for me to try to get in at this point. Again, I used to be that type of trader where I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to get in right now. We'll see what happens. But I'd rather just personally wait for lower time frames to give me confirmation, and then maybe I'll get in. So again, what I would, let's just say hypothetically speaking, this is where price is going to chill at. I don't think that's where it is going to chill right here. Probably go up a little bit higher. But what I would want to see is for price to start to drop, retest, and then continue type of beat, you know? That's what I would like to see, rather than for me to just try to get into a sell right here, right now. So I'm gonna wait on whatever the USD is gonna do. And if I were to try, if there was a buy opportunity for me, personally, I would have to wait for price to come down to 1.20452 before I get into a buy. But I'm not looking for buys personally. I'm still pretty bearish on it, and I know I'm being hard-headed. Even arbitrage is like, my guy, what do you want? Because if I go to arbitrage, if I go on the weekly time frame, called the buy back in June, it's still very much bullish. Hasn't called for a sell yet. So it's like, again, it's like, are you sure about that? I'm still buying. Like, don't disrespect me. So I'm gonna wait. And hey, if price does keep on intending to go bullish on EURUSD, then I'll just be patient and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'll just be patient. I'll wait for a retracement, and if I see a buy opportunity pop up for me, then hey, I'll take it. But as of right now, I'm good. I would rather just wait for any type of sells, you know? So that's for the DXY and EURUSD. AUDUSD, from this sell, I remember this sell that I mentioned that I wasn't really going to get into because AUDUSD can just go and make higher highs. Well, that's what AUDUSD is doing. So again, I didn't really care about the trade that much for me to get in it. But let's go over AUDUSD on the monthly time frame real quick. Honestly speaking, I just don't like how price has really just been consolidating here for months now. Because, well, it hasn't been consolidating up here necessarily, but it's just been consolidating in this range for months. And I feel like price can still ultimately eventually come up and just snatch this before it potentially drops again or something like that. And this has been, like, again, AUDUSD has just been really bullish for the past couple of months, but based on the monthly time frame, it's still looking like it's bearish. Like, it still needs to break this resistance, if you will. It still needs to break this main supplies. I would say it's a supply zone, if anything, because if price breaks through this, then it's just going to keep going to the upside. Then I think that price still has a lot of, like, figuring out what it wants to do right here. Weekly time frame for sure looks like it's going to keep going to the upside though. And again, same thing with daily time frame. We have 3 bullish candles, 3 white soldiers. The price just looks like it's going to keep going to the upside. I have no intentions of trying to sell this, even though this possibility does exist where price is at the 71%. Again, it's the same thing with AUDUSD. The only thing that I would really want to see happen is if price like push down, retest, then continuation to the downside. That would be where I would look to possibly get into a trade on AUDUSD as well. But until then, I am really not trying to mess with any of these pairs. Hold on, let me hide this. Sorry. I'm really not trying to mess with any of these pairs to try and just sell them right here off of these fibs, because as much as, yes, I do love my fibs and they do give pretty awesome sniper entries, I don't want to just, like I said, I don't want to just go in and try to get in at a trade at a top or a bottom. And if we look at the volume the volume on the 4 hour, it looks like this picked up volume pretty nicely, so this could keep going. It is Sunday though, and so we could see some potential turnarounds, but this can definitely keep going with the volume on the 4 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, price volume was decreasing as price was increasing. Hey, maybe we will get that turnaround where we get the price pushed down and then a retest, the continuation to the downside. Maybe we will get that, but until I see it, I am not going to trade it. You feel me? And also, if we go on to arbitrage, same thing. 1 hour time frame, extremely bullish. Caught a buy right here. Kept going to the upside. 30-minute time frame, nothing that I would really care to look at. 4 hour, called for the buy right here. I would not have gone into that personally. And daily time frame, called for the buy and never told you to get out of the buy. So yeah, again, AUDUSD, it's a really tricky pair for you to try to sell right now, because it might, but are you gonna really try to risk that? And what could have really just happened right here as well is you can see that price 1, 2, 3. It could have just literally came and try to grab some liquidity up here, and then now it'll make this push to the downside, like I mentioned. But until it happens, I'm not gonna trade it. USDCHF, I'm so glad that I didn't try to get into my swing. I'm glad that I was just trying to play intraday moves. First of all, let me move this to full screen and see if there's anything in the chat. No, nothing. Good. Nothing. Okay, so AUDUSD, like I mentioned, that this buy box right here was a possible place for you to look for buys on USDCHF, but ultimately what I was looking for was for price to actually come back down to these lows, like where it comes to like 0.89677, all that stuff. That's where I was really, let me see if I have those drawings still here. Nope, not that. That's not what I wanted. Nope. Short position, I don't know where. I don't think I have them, do I? Yep, there we go. So it's already hit that 61.8 that I had the alert on. And then again, so now I'm really waiting to see what price. Wait, was it right here that I had this at, or was it here? I think it was more of here that I had. Yeah, that makes way more sense than where I had the alert at. So from the low of 0.88754 to the high of 0.94700, this is a potential swing, and this actually matches up way better with the DXY than anything else. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove all this, like I said. Come back on here. Weekly time frame, extremely bearish weekly time frames, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of bearish. But again, I remember when I was trying to sell USDCHF when all of this bullish movement was happening, and I was saying, okay, with the way how this bullish move looks, and it even broke this bullish structure right here, I was saying that I'm still looking for USDCHF to turn around and go bullish long term, right? So just from this low, where let me get this volume up on here. Just from where price really started to go bullish after this daily candle right here. That's crazy. But from this low right here of where is it at? Where is the low? 0.88714. That's funny how I didn't see that. To this high at 0.94683. Again, price is at the 78.6. I could see it potentially dropping lower, but I mean, if I'm gonna play it like the DXY, then I kind of have to play it like this, right? Where now it's at the 61.8. 0.89610 would be an amazing area for price if it's gonna keep dropping, because this looks like it's gonna keep going personally. For price to come down here, do a bullish push up, retest, and continue, that would be solid. So I'm still like, I'm gonna actually play this fib. It's way safer than me trying to play off of this. I don't like that personally because price just looks like it's gonna keep falling. And as you can see, volume has been basically the same throughout the whole daily time frame. So, and this was the biggest volume on the 22nd of April with a very not even good looking candle. So again, I'm gonna wait for 0.89610. I'm gonna actually put an alert there. And then wait for USDCHF and see what it would do for me. But that is what I like the most on USDCHF. Or it's just gonna keep falling, because again, look at these daily candles, man. Like, I'm not trying to sell up against these. Like, yikes. It looks like the price is just gonna keep falling. So until I see price make that bullish move, retest a continuation, I can't touch USDCHF either. It's just not for me. It is not for me. Going to arbitrage weekly time frame. It could really hold right where it's at on the weekly. It did call for a buy, and it could hold right here. Personally speaking, though, I would rather wait. Weekly time frame, I love you and everything, but even with the level pro and the arbitrage Z, it's showing that it doesn't look like it wants to fall. No thank you. Daily time frame, same thing. It called for a sell right here. I would have wanted the retest before a drop, but it called for the sell nonetheless, and prices just continued falling. No thank you for the buys yet. 4-hour time frame called for the sell extra late. I would have gone out probably like right here-ish. And so yeah, price kept falling. 1-hour time frame, DXY really went to work on Friday. I'm so glad I didn't trade. I would have taken some L's probably. USDCHF, like I said, kept falling. 30-minute time frame, I don't even know why I'm looking here. So I would just have to wait for the 1-hour time frame, or for, yeah, that's fine, or for this to happen. And if this doesn't happen and price just keeps falling, then I just keep waiting. Let me go ahead and draw my buy box right here, because I am still, this is still an area where I'm looking for some bullish movement. You feel me? And if it just price keeps just dropping, then yikes, man. I don't know what to say, because it's made from a low to a high. It could still go bullish. I see nothing that's really telling me that it's still gonna keep falling, you know. S&P on the other hand, it's making higher highs. This is the reason why I didn't want to sell it, because it's just, this is ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I don't know how you could want to trade this. Like, with all this that happened right here, price dropped. Let's look at the volume. This was the highest volume out of all these candles ever since 22nd of April. I would not have wanted to trade this at all. So S&P, I'm not giving any analysis on it personally. Dow Jones, same thing, guys. Look at this. It's ridiculous. It's just making higher highs. I can't give you analysis on this and just be responsible. Just doesn't look good to me, you know. NASDAQ, it's probably gonna start heading for higher highs. I really wanted price to come down here. Don't think it will necessarily, and I don't think it's just gonna stop right here. They keep falling, especially with all the other indices just going bullish like that. And the volume, there's not even that much volume with these over here either. Like, this was back in March where there was a hell of volume on here. There's no volume right here. It's like, I don't know. It's really sus. I would rather not just try to, if anything, nah, that's already playing out-ish. I just don't care for how this looks, period. Like, I'd probably look for an entry like at these lows right here, if I were to try to get into NASDAQ, and that's about it, honestly. Other than that, y'all could have it. It's not for me. These things, they're a joke. They just keep going bullish more and more. And the reason, let's go into arbitrage for NASDAQ, because it's the only one that probably can give us an entry, if anything. 1 hour time frame's already gone and done it. Nah, 4 hours already gone basically. And the daily, no, just leave it alone. Like I said, if it gives us this, then maybe I could push down to 13,530. Then maybe, but that's about it with NASDAQ. I'm not gonna try and trade it. All right, tacos, USD Mexican. I had mentioned this last week where I wanted to push to the downside and then push back up after price that came back from our swing. Hold on. No, that's not what I want. From this long position, long-term swing, but I was like, okay, if it's right here, I'm probably gonna expect price to push down that before it keeps going to the upside, which it did, and so I'm just gonna remove all of that. I personally got out of that swing trade because it was just consolidating right here. It was a perfect opportunity for me to get out and wait for any better chances, you know. And so USD Mexican, same thing as with all the other US dollar pairs. It looks like this could keep falling. Weekly time frame, it didn't necessarily engulf this, and I do like the potential morning star right here. I love this potential morning star right here, and a retracement. That's awesome, because the retracement, coincidentally, if you want to call it coincidentally, although I don't like these two bearish engulfing candles, that scares me with this like shooting star right there as well. From this low to that high, price is still in the area where it could potentially go bullish. Let me go ahead and go there. It is still at an area where it could potentially definitely go bullish. So again, just like every other USD pair, I'm gonna wait for some bullish price, like some bullish price action. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. What the heck? That was weird. 1 hour time frame. If this was the stall point, then or whatever, I'd want price to go bullish, retrace, continuation to the upside. That is what I would love to see for me to get into a USD Mexican peso trade and go on to arbitrage, because I'm not going to change that opinion. And so USD Mexican, as I mentioned, the price was either going to A, keep squiggling up to the upside, which it didn't, or B, it's going to drop and retrace, then continue to the upside. Now, I thought it was going to retrace only to the lower danger zone, but it didn't do that, and so therefore, daily time frame, kind of have to wait. Weekly time frame has been very much bearish, never called for any buys, so that's that. 4 hour time frame called for the sell right here. It would have been much better if I got the retracement before it called for the sell, but it played out regardless. And 1 hour time frame, definitely not showing me anything. So again, I'm just going to be patient and wait for these pairs, because it's a whole lot of nothing that's going on, a whole lot of you should be patient type moves on here. All right, let's go on to Mr. Gold. Mr. Goldilocks. Wait a minute, where are the, okay, cryptos are right after. I was wondering where the cryptos were. All right, so gold, I mean, guys, like I mentioned last week, where is it? No, not there. Nope. I'm really trying to figure out. Oh, that was from. Let me just do this. So remove drawings, because I had mentioned that on Tuesday. I said, oh, you guys want to watch out for a possible gold to continue going to the upside, because when I had seen this wick to the downside, when the price pushing up, I said, okay, if price comes back to like the 70.75 or 17, or yeah, 17.75 or 17.78 area, you might want to get out this. I think I did this. Yeah, this is what I definitely did. I didn't do down here, but this still played out regardless. But I was saying, if price comes back 17.75, you might want to get out this L. Price looks like it's going to continue going bullish. I did this, and indeed, that's what price did. It even went way higher than what I was expecting. So my bearish sentiment on gold overall was wrong, and that's totally fine. I am not always right in this market. So let's go ahead and go on to the weekly time frame. Very bullish weekly time frame on, very bullish week on gold. One thing I do want to point out though is that the volume is slightly bigger than the previous weeks, but it's not as high as everything else. But with this bullish engulfing candle, you don't want to try to trade up against that. That is one thing you don't want to do. I'm going to go ahead and draw this trend line from these top of these wicks, just for visual representation. All right, go on to the daily time frame. I'm seeing price coming into this resistance, if you will, where I could possibly see, not saying that I'm bearish on gold necessarily, because this daily volume is saying that, oh, price is going to keep going higher. But if I'm going to sell, I would have to see some type of bearish price action for me to think that. And again, with this volume right here, it doesn't necessarily look like that this is going to turn around. So, and 4-hour volume's been the highest that it's been with ever since like right here. So I'm really questioning, why is it on this candle that the 4-hour is right like at 8 o'clock in the morning? Why is this the candle that's more bullish than all these other candles that was pushing price up, right? So that's kind of having me question things like, look at very bullish candle with very high volume, and then the very next candle, look at this candle right here at 8 o'clock. It had the highest volume, and then price did all of this. I'm not too certain that this is going to keep selling. This looks very weird to me, very suspect to me, but I'm just gonna be patient. 1830. I don't know. It's just, this looks just so suspect. I mean, I'm just gonna be patient and see what gold is gonna do. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna sell it. I need more data, but I don't think this is gonna sell quite yet, or keep going, I should say. It has exceeded my expectations, but overall, if I'm not mistaken, it's from this. No, what was it? Let me see. Weekly time frame. Yes, so I think it was from this wick to this low that I had mapped out at one point in time, and I said that this could be a possibility for price to come back to 1876 and then drop. But I'm not really gonna play that at all. I'm not a position trader. It's not for me. Position trading is definitely not for me. I am a swing / day trader for sure. But I'm definitely not looking to try to buy gold where it's at right now. I'd rather wait and be patient, and maybe we'll get another leg down. But again, it's too much for me right now, personally. I do know, on the other hand, though, that on the weekly time frame, I remember this gold sell that I was in. Oops, this was from a buy that I wanted. If I were to get into a buy to get into, that didn't play out. Price coming up to 1845. That's cool. Remove all drawings. Price is over the RSI line on gold on the 1 week, but I'm not trying to play that right now. Daily time frame, going and I had been mentioning it even before this call, that daily time frame called for the buy. Price pushed up. It actually did pretty nice work because it broke out, retested it like I usually wait for, and then played out nicely. So that's with gold, and it's just bullish. Gonna wait, maybe wait for the 1 hour to set up for a potential sell for a retracement, but that's about it. Not really looking for anything too crazy on gold, honestly. All right, cryptocurrencies. Let's look at these cryptos. So first and foremost, let me get rid of this. Or actually, let me not get rid of this, because I just want to show you guys, if you really wanted to, you could have found an opportunity. Nah, never mind. Let me not do that. So from this buy that I called last week on Bitcoin, price has gone all the way up to about 5,290 pips in profit. So that was pretty fire from last week. Just wanted to show that. And overall, from the swing trade that I caught from down here, Bitcoin has risen up all the way up to 10,472 pips. But I'm gonna take all of that off. New week, new beginnings. Don't have to worry about that, because we want to look for the new stuff, right? All right, so one thing that I want to possibly say before we even talk about Bitcoin potentially going bullish is that I see the potential there. I definitely do see the potential of this going taking off. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be bullish on the cryptos, but all I want to say is from this high, that price that dropped to where price is currently at. Not saying that price is going to drop. I'm definitely not saying it's bearish, but you want to watch out, as you should be expecting some turbulence right here, because price is at the 61%, or like in my fib zone, or if I was looking to sell, which I don't encourage anybody to try to sell any type of cryptocurrencies. But if you like, that is all up to you. I cannot tell you what type of trades to or not to take. But it is in my sell area where price can definitely try to push to the downside. But again, I'm not looking to sell any of this right now. What I personally think that is going to keep happening, I mean, just based off of my analysis that I had how many weeks ago, right, is from this low to this high, price that came down, and 74,000 is loading. That's what I really feel at the end of the day. But I still see that this sell box is here. So that's why I'm keeping it there regardless, just for it to be as a guide, to be like, okay, well then this is where price ended up dropping from. But overall, 74K I believe is loading. Let me pull up the volume. Volume isn't necessarily even here with all these candles that are being printed out on the daily. Volume isn't necessarily there. The volume hasn't been that high since up here. So again, this could be a potential turning point for Bitcoin, but I'm not going to try it out. It's way too bullish for me to try and go up against the trend. 4-hour time frame, again, we haven't had big, like huge volume ever since where this bearish candle ended up happening on Bitcoin. So we could potentially see again a reversal happening right here. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but that's not what I'm looking for. I am still looking for price to continue going bullish. If I do see otherwise though, I may say something and I'll say, hey, look to buy the dip, and instead of trying to sell, because selling cryptocurrencies right now in this bullish market where everybody's trying to buy it. In fact, let's go on to the greed let's go to the greed and fear index. Okay. Greed 73. It's been higher. It's higher than what it was last month, last week, and yesterday. So guys, if you are in any of these cryptocurrency buys, you might want to start looking to take partial profits, because let's go cryptocurrency fear and greed index over time. Is it going to show me 1 year? I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not showing me, but again, it is showing again that it's higher than what it was at last month, what it was yesterday, what it was last week. That is something that you should definitely watch out for. So again, if you are in any of those cryptocurrency buys, look to take some profits, man. Like we're killing it from down here. Again, price has gone up to like 10,000 plus pips off of that one call that I made 2 weeks ago. Like you should be really, if you got into it, then you should be up a lot. And you know, taking partial profits or making sure that you've taken enough profits that if price were to crash from here, that you're satisfied with what you've earned. That's okay. Like I'm still in my Litecoin buy, but I've taken most of my profits, and at this point, it's just whatever keeps happening happens, you know. So, again, Bitcoin could definitely. I still want 74K to happen, but it could definitely be stalling right here because the greed is starting to really kick in at this point. Let me get off of that. Ripple, same thing, guys. Same thing. It's been absolute killer. We got 7,213 pips off of this buy 2 weeks ago. Go ahead and take those off. And then from last week, price almost came to our TP at 4,000 and 4,105 pips, but it stopped at 3,699, and that's fine. You know, that's totally fine. You know, that's why I mentioned take 90% profits, and if you're gonna stay in the trade, by all means. I took all my profits. I'm not gonna hold you. And again, where it's at right now, although we had a very, is this last week? Oh no, this is this week's candle. It's gonna close in 15 minutes. It looks like a doji's printing out, so you definitely want to be careful with that. And I don't know, guys, like I mentioned with Bitcoin, this could be a potential, not saying that it is, but this could be a potential turning point for a Ripple right now. Came up to the 78.6, rejected off of it, hasn't came up there yet, back up there yet, and it could be pushing to the downside. However, that is not what I am looking for. That is definitely not what I'm looking for. I just have that there. What I believe is going to happen with Ripple instead is price is going to go and make yearly highs, because after it's done this move right here, where it came from the low of 45 cents, 400 whatever, and came up to $1.97, it's retraced down to the 71% fib, rejected off of it, and continue going higher. Again, this is where you take like 70% of your profits area, right where the sell box is at, and you just wait for the price to do whatever it wants, or basically for the price to do whatever it wants. I still think $2.50 is definitely realistic, but again, this is a spot where you could potentially see price push down should push back down. And I'm still looking to buy some Ripple at 70 cents, guys. Like that is not. I haven't ruled that out yet. I've never ruled that out. That price can come back to 77 cents or 70 cents, and I can buy some more. Where then I can start looking to take price to the next highs. You know, so that's like, I'm not trying to trade these right now margin. I'm just going to be patient and wait for them. And if price keeps going up, then hey, it is what it is. But that's what I want. That's what I want ultimately, though. So yeah, for those, like I said, I'm still in this trade. Like from this trade right here, not this big one. I'm still in this, and price is still going bullish. Like, that's funny. 1,108 pips up on that, and this is 1,727 pips. So Litecoin looks like it's about to hit this take profit that I called 2 weeks ago, which is totally fine, and that's cool. Like I said, I'm still in this trade right here, and I'm just taking it to wherever it's gonna go. But overall, yeah, this played out perfectly off of that bearish flag. It really played off nicely. Drop, continue going. So this is what I'm expecting Bitcoin, Ripple, and Ripple to do, for price to just keep going to the upside and not like really stopping. So I'm still in that. Ethereum, $4,000 about to get hit. If it, I don't know how it didn't already hit that. It barely missed. $3,985. Oh wow. So that definitely is about to get hit. If you got into this Ethereum call that I had mentioned, then your take profit spanked like on the 8th. I didn't get into that either, so wham for me. And yeah, Ethereum is just gonna keep going, man. Like $8,000 on Ethereum is not unrealistic by the end of the year. So I'm just saying that right now. And so that's for the cryptocurrencies, guys. Don't want to confuse you with arbitrage, with anything with arbitrage at this point in time. Kind of want to wait for them because they could be saying to sell, but again, it's not really selling time. And let's look at Mr. GBPUSD. All right, so GU. Glad I didn't try to I did try to sell it, but we missed it. So I was like, oh well, whatever. It came over here where you would have looked to take like 30% or like 50% profits, and price just kept pushing higher. So that is actually, yeesh, that's some magic right there. But then again, we did mention that this possibility of price coming back down to these lows, which it did, for it to continue to the upside, could happen. So that looks like exactly what GU did. It's going now. Looks like, for me personally, this could be a stop hunt, right? It could just be stopping out all of the sellers that were trying to sell right here, and then price could turn around. Let me look at the volume real quick. I doubt that's what the case is. Yeah, look at this bullish volume that happened right here, and price is just increasing. That is not a great sign for me to see. And with the price opening not too long ago and just doing this with a very small volume as well, yeah, I'm gonna wait on GU and see what it does after London session tonight. But for now, it's very much bullish, and you know, like, you can try to buy it. Everything arbitrage is calling buys on everything. I'm way more than certain it is. Oops. Remove drawings is what I wanted. Yeah, called for this buy. Been bullish on it with arbitrage. Weekly time frame, arbitrage has been bullish. So, I mean, again, GU right now at this point, I kind of have to wait. Just like every other pair right now, I have to wait. I don't want to get into anything because it's just not worth the risk at this point, right? Obviously, I could say from this high to this low that, oh, price is at the 61.8. Maybe it could start to reverse right here. No, because daily and weekly wise, GBPUSD is extremely bullish. So I'm just gonna wait. You know, just gonna wait for any type of reversal patterns or anything like that before I try to get in. But until then, I'm chill on GU. GBPAUD grab. I wouldn't call this a liquidity grab, but okay. Remove drawings. GA. Personally speaking, I don't like how this looks because it just looks like a whole bunch of consolidation up in here. Like, it's just been in this whole box for so long, since, well, not so long, but it came in here on the 25th of January, came to the top, just been playing in here for a while now. I personally don't know what to make of this, therefore I'm not going to give any type of analysis on it, really, because it's just going sideways. Like, it's not doing anything that makes me want to trade it. I mean, yeah, I don't there's nothing that I can really see on these pairs, guys, right now. I'm sorry. It's just the markets just don't look good to me, and if the markets don't look good to me, I'm not really trying to risk any money to force any trades, you know? Like, no. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look appealing to me. And I'm pretty sure arbitrage is going to give me something on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. This might be the only thing I could play off of this, honestly. Let's see what the 4 hour looks like. Remove drawings. Dailies, whatever. Weekly. I called for. This looks terrible. Maybe the weekly. I mean, the daily time frame. It looks like it's calling for a buy, which, I mean, I kind of like this right here. I kind of like this possibility. So, price drop down, push to the upside, retest, continuation. That would be love. So, I would definitely wait for this to keep pushing higher a little bit, then retest, then keep going to the upside. So, I'm gonna set this alert on actually. This is probably the only thing that I really would try to play, but it doesn't even look that great to me anyways. So, just gonna wait and see what GA does. But I'll watch it, but everything else is garbanzo to me. Daily time frame on GJ, like I mentioned last week, I was getting out of everything. And this is gonna go and hold this L. It called for the exit a couple days ago, on the 5th actually. On May 5th, it called for that exit. So if you didn't get out on GJ like I had gotten out last week, when I was saying that, okay, GJ list looks like it's going to keep going bullish, then I don't know what to tell you. Go on over here. Yeah, same thing, guys. I said that, oh, if price breaks through here, I'm not going to try to get in. 4 hour time frame. This is a scary 4 hour candle. Yeesh, man. This was just a setup that I had did. It looks like price is gonna go and hit that target, like I mentioned. Yeah, GJ, completely bullish. Do you really want to try to sell up against this? I would suggest that. Just leave it alone at this point. The markets just look terrible to me. Again, like I can't get into anything right now. For those, I mean, you see it right there. I'm pretty sure you're not the only one that sees it. I'm pretty sure the banks see that as well. You could try to sell it there, or you could just be patient and wait for bearish confirmations. So that's for GJ. And last but not least, EG. Very much an interesting pair to look at right now. Take off everything. All right. EG, again, very interesting pair. Price has just been rejecting off of this resistance right here. It looks like it's made a bull flag, although I don't really care for the way how this bull flag looks. Yeah, GJ, I'm just gonna let it do whatever it wants to do. I don't have anything to trade. I really don't, and I'm really sorry for those who are hopping on thinking that I was gonna like look for any pairs, but I personally don't see anything that's worthwhile. And if I'm gonna try to risk my money on something, it's only gonna be on something that I think is worthwhile. So I haven't had a week like this in a long time where I'm like, okay, I like literally don't see anything. I want to wait for everything to play out during this week before I get into anything. But I mean, that's why I have to give you guys. I'd rather be patient than give you a trade and then end up going and hit your stop loss, right? So, is there any other pairs that anybody wants me to take a look at? Oh, I have. Oh my goodness. Let me see what we have here. Retracing into that imbalance, continue up, probably testing to see if there were any sellers. Yep, if it sells off, it will create bearish structure first, and it will sell off hard if it sells. Yep, I've got gold coming back down to 1800. Okay, cool. Same, have gold pull back up to, yep, Bitcoin 59K gets broken, it's gone. Absolutely, I agree. Never, I'll take profits. LOL. ETH, yes.
ETH is going crazy. GU is stop hunting, selling around 1.41. I like that, Chuck. Yeah. Again, guys, like everything, I'm just waiting for the stop hunts if that's what's really gonna play out. Other than that, I don't have anything to trade. So if there's no other questions, then I would go ahead and get off of here. Anything? Alright, everybody. Well, thank you for hopping onto my analysis. I will be posting up the playback shortly with the timestamps. And let's be patient. You know, like I said, there's no trades I'm really getting into, so I'm just going to be patient and wait for the market to give me some setup. So with that being said, later, y'all. Have a good one.